Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here. This is your Planning Outlook video updated on Friday the 2nd of November. It's all looking rather unsettled for the week ahead. South-southwesterly winds will dominate, bringing frontal systems in from the Atlantic, so some frequent rain, heavy at times. The south-facing catchments of Western Mountains the most prone to the heaviest rain. Temperatures milder than what we've just seen, only the higher tops in Scotland occasionally below freezing. And during this past week, we've had temperatures of -3 to -5 on the highest tops in Scotland. That very cold air now being pushed away as a warm front comes in. The warm sector is then across the country through Saturday. We've got a cold front that then edges back in from the west. The air that follows relatively colder, but nowhere near as cold as what we saw earlier in the week. It may just be enough to allow the freezing levels to drop back down onto the highest Scottish tops through Sunday into early Monday. But if we just run on these temperatures into the week ahead, broadly temperatures are staying above freezing on the mountains. There may be temporary periods where it just dips close to freezing, but I suspect for much of the week ahead it stays above. Just a hint here, this is in the second half of the week, the slightly cooler air mass may come around off the Atlantic, but it's still nothing like the chill that we've just had. So we've had a first taster of winter, but more autumnal weather patterns, if you like, are the order of things in the next week to 10 days or so. A quick look at the charts. Here's Saturday. There's a slow-moving front that's draped across Western Britain and Ireland. The heaviest of the rain across the West Highlands, persistent, prolonged heavy rain through the day. A rather poor picture here, and that front will slip further into the lakes and West Wales as time goes on. Less rain toward the northern side of the Scottish Highlands. You can see the close proximity of the isobars indicating the wind strong right the way across the country, severe gales on most of the higher mountains. Now it stays windy across Scotland into Sunday, although speeds will generally tend to ease down. Saturday's front edges further into central England, although the leftovers of it may still hang on across Wales, the Pennines and Lakes, so not an absolutely clear-cut picture in terms of getting rid of the rain. It may be that it stays persistently wet for a good many hours, and a secondary feature trying to come back up from Biscay that needs watching for Sunday daytime. Keep an eye on the forecast then. Across Scotland, a few showers in the west associated with that front across the Northwest Highlands, drier generally across into eastern Scotland. It's a complicated tangle that we're left with then into Monday. We've got slack pressure, so the wind dropping lighter. What's left of fronts from previous days still around, so it could well be a murky day with a general airflow from the south-southeast, and that at this time of year tends to just fill things in with fog and murk. So across many areas, damp, drizzly conditions could be the order of things. Northern Scotland, perhaps just north of that front, getting away with the best conditions of all, but elsewhere, patchy rain and drizzle and low cloud is looking the picture for Monday. Those fronts just get pushed further on into Tuesday as the next features come in from the Atlantic, which threatens some heavy rain into Wales as time goes on. Bits of rain elsewhere. Cloud base has varied, may just lift a little bit in some areas compared to Monday, but expect particularly the south-facing hills across southwest Scotland, the West Highlands, to be rather filled in with low cloud most of the day. Best breaks toward the northern side of Scotland, the northern Cairngorms and, well, the northwest Highlands, say north of Skye and Torridon, away from the coast. You may do pretty well with the airflow coming straight up from the south or southeast. That looks a pretty common theme for the week ahead. The far north of Scotland doing pretty well with that airflow from the south. It's rarely going round to a west or southwesterly. It's mostly just the air that's coming straight up the spine of the country, so giving the chance for those cloud breaks towards the north. Basically, we're stuck in a bit of a rut with low pressure over the Atlantic, high pressure over Eastern Europe, and we're always trying to push weather systems in, fronts giving spells of rain. Some heavy falls may get going on some days next week, variations from day to day, hard to get the absolute detail, but we've just got that overall message of being relatively mild with the airflows from the south, rain coming in at times across more western hills. Further east you go, maybe you're staying drier, and further north across Scotland also seeing very little rainfall and the best of the cloud breaks as we mentioned. Otherwise, I suspect those higher tops in many areas will often be shrouded with cloud for the week ahead. So not the sparkling sunshine or wintry showers that we've seen in recent days. It's a more damp, dank face of November weather for this week ahead. So we'll leave you with that for today. Keep up to date as always with your local area forecasts on the Mountain Weather website. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.